Hey guys, and welcome to a new series. This is Let's Play Dark Souls Remastered. I did have a Dark Souls series that I started. I was terrible at the game, and this came out, and I decided to give it another shot. And I have played through once, so I do know a lot of where the bosses are and how to defeat certain parts and all that. I don't remember everything, and I don't know where every single item is, so it's not going to be like 100% get everything kind of played through. It's just going to be us playing through as a warrior. So I'm wanting to do a strength build, and I've already set up the configuration here. So our character name is Ero. We're male, warrior. Our gift will be the master key. We'll have an average physique. We're an Astor noble with short dark brown hair, and you can see all of our starting equipment and starting stats here. So let's go ahead and accept. Okay to start, yes. And I think it's a cutscene.
In the age of ancients, the world was unformed, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire, and with fire came disparity. Heat and cold, life and death. And of course, light and dark. Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame. Nito, the first of the dead. The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of Chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten. With the strength of lords, they challenged the dragons. Gwyn's mighty bolts peeled apart their stone scales. The witches weaved great firestorms. Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease. And Seath the Scaleless betrayed his own, and the dragons were no more. Thus began the Age of Fire. But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain.
It's a really long cutscene.
Even now, there are only embers. And man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark side.
Alright, so I do plan to play through all of the cutscenes so you guys can see them. A lot of you guys probably have already played the game, and if not, okay, you get to see the cutscenes.
Yes, indeed. The dark sign brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world. This is your fate.
I've always wondered who that knight was. I guess I could look it up. Thanks for the dead body, bro. So, dungeon cell key. That lets us out. And basically, all of these are locked. And you see that big fat motherfucker right there. We will have to come back and kill that thing eventually. But not right now. So this is the tutorial part of the game. And there's a lot of this stuff on the ground written that's actually just... I don't know if that thing's going to attack or not. It's on the ground for us to read. So that we can like figure out how to play the game if you've only ever played it once. Oh my god, climb up. I hit A like 18 times there. Okay, let's see. So we are at our very first bonfire. So you rest at a bonfire, you get health back, you get Estus back. I actually need to cut down my headphones, they're kind of loud. I'm like trying to talk over it. There we are. So, you can kind of see up there. There you go. You see it? Yeah. We're going to have to fight that. First things first, we're just going to run over here. Yep, there it is. We're not going to fight it right now. We do not have a weapon. There we go. So you see that shut behind us. And yes, the enemy is still out there. All we have is this broken little piece of shit. And voila, our second bonfire. Alright, we're going to continue on. And there's an enemy shooting us with bow and arrow. So we're just going to step in here real quick. And now we have a shield. Alright, so we're going to very quickly equip that shield. Come on, there we go. Alright, so this is more of the tutorial stuff going on here. So now we can just hold the shield down the block. Like so. And there's nothing there. And now we got a longsword, so we have an actual weapon. So we will equip that instead of that broken sword. Alright, so it's going to take me a little bit to get used to this game again because I've literally just beat Dark Souls 3 and I'm used to that gameplay, so it's going to take me a little bit to get used to the way that the characters move in this game. Alright, so that's a fog wall. So fog walls will mean two things in this game. It'll either mean, so there's that bonfire down there, so we basically walk through there, underneath where we are, I believe. Yeah, no, I'm wrong. We walk through that door and then around. And you can see an item over there. don't know if we can get to it yet. I don't remember. Yeah. No. Alright. Any of this? I've actually never been back here. Alright. So there are illusionary walls, and if you smack it with your weapon, they'll show, like they'll go away, and it'll look more like a path or a door that you can go through. Now I know you're there. There we are. That's what I was waiting on. See, I knew that was going to happen, but the first time I played the game, I got absolutely creamed by that boulder.
Oh, you. You're no hollow. Thank goodness. I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon, then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You and I, we're both undead. Hear me out, will you?
Yes.
Regrettably, I have failed in my mission. But perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family. Thou who art undead art chosen, and thine exodus from the undead asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know. Well, now you know. And I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask. An undead favorite.
See, there we go.
Oh, and this. Now I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death. So go now, and thank you.
So that's a really good example of why you exhaust dialogue in this game.
Now I would, and thank.
So you can get items like that from NPCs, but you have to exhaust their dialogue first. And an enemy just died. Interesting. So now, this bonfire is connected to over here. And so we can just run up the stairs. Up these stairs. There we go. Open this up. We use that key that he gave us. And now... Yep, there's an enemy there. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Alright, he died. So you got two basic attacks. You have a light attack, which you see me do, which is that, with this weapon. And then there's the heavy attack, which is that. The heavy attack obviously does more damage. But it's slower a lot of times. So it's really, it depends on what kind of enemy you're going up against, which attack you want to use. And I misjudged that. And so Estus, roll. Roll out of the way, get my stamina back up. It's very important to pay attention to stamina. And he's going to swing, and I got an opening. There we go. So we killed him. Is this going to unlock? No, it's locked. Okay. So, is this an illusionary wall? No. Okay, so talking about parrying. So parrying is a technique. So when he's in his swing, I can hit L2, and I do that. And if I time it just right, it'll parry him, and then I can get an attack in and do a lot of damage. So I'm going to do a drop attack, because it does a shit ton of damage. And then I'm going to step back, let it do its thing. It's going to pop down, do a couple slices, and then back up. I got to remember its attack patterns. There we go, getting some hits in. So this is effectively the first boss of the game. It's a tutorial boss. Most Dark Souls games have this. Run up, slice. I don't want to get too far away. Roll. Woo! Just did miss that one. So hit him there. This is the easiest attack of his to dodge. He's going to slam down on his butt. We get a couple slices in. And we killed him. He didn't even damage us once. That was basically a flawless win right there. I know we have some health taken off, but that was from the other enemy. Big Pilgrim's Key and Humanity. So, humanity is a very important mechanic of this game. Let's see. So what we can do is we can get our Estus back real quick. There we go. So now we've got full health, full Estus. So you consume humanity to basically gain strength and all that, and you can use humanity to kindle bonfires to get more Estus. So that key opens up this. There we are. And we will, at a later date or later time, come back here and fight that other demon you saw walking around. You can still hear it walking around. But we'll come back to do that. I don't know if we can get to it just yet. We may be able to get to it. I just don't remember. And so now, just looking for items. Like I said, I don't remember where all the items are. I don't have any notes or anything like that. I've only played through this game once. Like completely once. So it's still going to be me remembering where things are and how to beat certain
Only
bosses.
in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen.
Big old
To
bird.
leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
Aptly named place. The Firelink Shrine. In Lordran, level up and kindle bonfires. So we'll rest. Now we can level up. And because we're going to be a strength build, we're going to, at least up front, dump as much as we can into strength. Our endurance is okay for now. So we're just going to pour it all into strength for the time being. There we are. And let's see here. Do we have any souls? So there's the key items. That's our weapons, our armor. We don't have anything really, so there's no souls. We have one humanity. So you could see that when we rested at the Firelink Shrine that we got 10 Estus Flasks instead of 5. This is a special bonfire, so it'll always give us more than normal bonfires that are unkindled. So now, let's just grab this item. More humanity. And we'll hang on to those. Let's go talk to this guy.
Well, what do we have here? You must be a new arrival. Let me guess. Fate of the undead, right? Well, you're not the first. But there's no salvation here. You'd have done better to rot in the undead asylum. But too late now. Well, since you're here, let me help you out. There are, actually, two bells of awakening. One's up above in the Undead Church. The other is far, far below, in the ruins at the base of Blight Town. Ring them both, and something happens. Brilliant, right? Not much to go on. But I have a feeling that won't stop you. So, off you go. It is why you came, isn't it? To this accursed land of the undead?
So, we know that we have to ring 2 bells. One of them is in the Undead Church. The other one is in the depths of Blight Town. So that's our objective. Ring those 2 bells. And he says once those 2 bells are rang, something will happen.
Ah, your face. You're practically hollow. But who knows? Going hollow could solve quite a bit.
So we're just going to exhaust them?
What? Restoring your humanity? Well, there are a few ways to go about it. Collected bit by bit from corpses. Or you can butter up a cleric and get yourself summoned. And the quickest way, although I never do it, is to kill a healthy undead and pillage its humanity. Coveting thy neighbor is only human, after all.
So that's how you restore humanity?
What are you looking at? Don't try anything clever. You might regret it. What? You want to hear more? Oh, that's all we need. Another inquisitive soul. Well, listen carefully then. One of the bells is up above in the Undead Church, but the lift is broken. You'll have to climb the stairs up the ruins and access the Undead Burn through the waterway. The other bell is back down below the Undead Burn, within the plague-infested Blight Town.
So he's basically
But
telling us how to
I'll
get
die
there.
again before I step foot in that cesspool.
It's also important to pay attention to the order of which he's speaking. So he's always said the Undead Church
Bloody
first.
hell, what is it now?
So we're gonna go
You
try to get that
ask
first.
Too many questions.
So I guess he may be exhausted now.
I'm not up.
Okay, so he's exhausted. Alright, so I'm going to call that an episode. It's a good intro episode. We got to see, a lot of the cutscenes, and we got to beat the tutorial boss, and we made it to the Firelink Shrine. So the real game begins after this. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did enjoy it, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Later, guys.